Okay, welcome everyone to the second match in the ESL Dirt Premiership 3. The players have just started warming up, and it looks like it will be Mark and for TMF and Venneke for DDR. Let's take a quick look at the rankings while these players are warming up. As you can see, Virtual and TMF both won their matches the previous round. TMF has beaten unknown freestyle off-roaders, and Virtual has won from DDR. This match is the decider for who goes to the first league and who goes to the second league. And TMF clearly has an advantage because they won against the unknown freestyle off-roaders. So DDR will have to win today to make sure they get a spot for the first league. So, like I said, players are warming up, and the map will be ESL Melody. And Mark, who is driving, Italian player, was very fast during the TMF vs UFO. So we'll see what he's worth against Venneke, and vice versa, what Venneke worth against Mark. Both players have trained really hard on this map. As you can see, Mark has the local 1 time and even Daddy 1 time on this map, so it will be an exciting race. As always, times doesn't say very much. It's all about consistency, and we'll see who is the better today. So let's wait for this second warm-up to end, and then we can start with the match. Okay, so warm-ups have ended, and we will start the match. Normally. And let's see, Mark and Venneke both starting well. Looks like Mark already had a little touch, so Venneke is in the lead at the moment. Let's see where Mark is. Venneke with a slight lead. Mark not far behind though. 1 mistake from Venneke and Mark is back. So like I said, Mark does have the better times, but it's all about consistency. And 1 crash and Mark just touches it again and he's out. He's out, so Venneke should normally take this if he doesn't crash in those final corners. The finish is a bit tricky as well, so he can still make a mistake there, but he has such a lead that I don't think Mark will be able to come back. But still looks like the players are just warming up. No, the race has already started. It's 3-0 for DDR. So Venneke has won the first 3 rounds and we're off in the 4th. Venneke together with Mark, both very nice start. Mark going a bit higher, will have more speed when he comes out of here, but Venneke takes the corner much better than Mark. Venneke in the lead. Mark has to chase Venneke, but he's not far behind. Mark with Venneke gets a lot more speed out of this corner, but Mark isn't very far behind still, so could still come back, and very nice corner for Mark. Very nice, and he will almost overtake Venneke. Ooh, Mark with an awkward landing, and Venneke looking to take the 4th point. Tricky finish, and voila, Venneke takes it. So 4-0. We are going till 7, so still 3 points away for Venneke to close this 1 versus 1. And we're off again. Mark goes very wide at the start. Venneke has a lead directly from the start, and let's see if he can keep that lead. Mark has to come back to Venneke to take a point. Still 4-0, so Venneke has the advantage. It looks like Venneke is driving more consistent than Mark. Let's see here. Both taking this corner very well. Let's hope Mark doesn't go too much to the outside. No, he doesn't. But Venneke still looks like he's extending his lead a bit. Ooh, Venneke with an awkward touch. And Mark will probably overtake him. No, he doesn't. Venneke saves it. But very close. It will all depend on the finish. How will they finish? Mark goes a bit wider. Will have more speed out of this corner. And Mark should, yes, he will take the first point for TMF. So 4-1. Still everything is possible. TMF over Mark has to make up 3 points to get equal with Venneke, and Venneke has to score 3 points to win. Ooh, Venneke went very wide at the start there, but gets more speed. But Mark gets more speed out of this corner, and he will overtake Venneke because Venneke crashed. And normally, if Mark doesn't make any mistakes, he will take this round. Let's see if Venneke is able to continue. He was. I have to stress there is no respawn in ESL matches, so once you have crashed and you're not able to continue, you won't be able to finish the race. But Mark with a convincing lead, he should be able to take this point and make it 4-2. Still nothing lost for the DDR and for Venneke. But he doesn't have to do many more of those mistakes. And the finish with Mark doing very well, not crashing at the end. And 4-2. Looks like we have a battle on our hands. Bit of complaining by the DDR riders for Mark, who is using his horn when he's not in the lead. But shouldn't distract Venneke too much. They're both experienced riders, so they know what to do and they focus very well just on racing. As you can hear again, Mark using his horn, but Venneke not distracted at all and taking the lead. And did Mark touch? No, Mark is still very close behind. Venneke went a bit wide, but keeps the lead in front of Mark. This corner, Mark goes a bit higher than Venneke, will have more speed coming out, and he's closing in on Venneke. Over to the finish. Ooh, Venneke close to the border, and this finish is a bit tricky, but both riders do it very well, and Venneke will take the point. 5-2 for DDR. Venneke 2 points away from securing the win. And there seems to be a problem. Yeah, there is a problem. Master admin restarted the match too early. We're playing till 7, not till 5. We're playing till 5 at the 2 versus 2, but not at the 1 versus 1. So 5-2 for Venneke, and he has to take 2 points to secure the win. So we're off. Venneke looks like he's racing alone. Yep, Mark isn't there, so Venneke just will try to keep warm. Okay, looks like we're gonna get started now. Okay, Venneke vs Mark, the final 2 points if everything goes well for DDR. Venneke with a nice start, much better than Mark. Mark going a bit too wide at the start, it seems, allowing Venneke to take the lead, and with Venneke being as consistent as he is, is not giving it away, but Venneke takes an awkward turn there and Mark is able to come back. Mark close behind after Venneke. Can he keep it? Mark taking this corner very well and Venneke touches, but is able to keep in touch with Mark, but not far behind. And Mark is slowing down, it seems, and Venneke is right up there with Mark. Final corners. Venneke overtakes Mark. Mark with a bit more speed out of this corner. It will all come down on to the finish. Mark and Venneke both. Oof, Mark almost crashes there. And very nice finish, but Mark takes it. So 5-3. Yeah, don't mind the 1-0, it's 5-3 for DDR. And we're off again, Venneke and Mark. Mark is taking a wider line here, Venneke much closer to the checkpoint and having much more speed out of the start, so he can overtake Mark at the beginning. Mark goes very high there, tries to build up a lot of speed, but he doesn't manage to overtake Venneke, and Venneke looks like he's away, cause oh, Mark overtakes him, and Mark with a slight lead this time. Venneke has to come back. And Kanzaki joined and made my cam jump to him. So Mark is still in the lead and Venneke not close, not far behind, so it will all come down to the finish again. Mark very close to the border every time, Mark, but he takes it. So 5-4. Mark is doing very well these last rounds, so Venneke needs to step up his game and don't let Mark pass him. Better start from Mark this time. Mark with very slight lead, but they're still close wheel in wheel. Venneke staying lower than Mark. Venneke slows down and Mark is in the lead. Let's see if he can keep it that way. Venneke looks like he's closing in a bit, but not much. Mark with more speed out of this corner. Ooh, Venneke going very wide and Venneke touches, and well, this will be a point for TMF, making it a draw, 5-5. So will be exciting for the rest of the match. Unless Mark makes a mistake, but I doubt he does. Is that the finish now? No mistakes from Mark, and he takes it. So 5-5 for TMF and DDR. Okay, we're off. Venneke versus Mark. Venneke with a nice start. Oof. Goes over the structure there, but he keeps his lead. Mark tries to go wide and build up more speed, but he doesn't. Oof, Venneke very close to the border, and Mark is coming back to Venneke. Still Venneke in the lead. Mark goes wider in that turn than Venneke does, but he doesn't seem to make up many. He doesn't seem to make up more ground, and Venneke looks like he's extending his lead a bit. Nice turn from both of the riders, going into those final last corners. Little tech part, and Venneke with a convincing lead if he can keep it safe through this finish section. Oof. Very close again, but he takes it. 6-5 for DDR. Final round if Venneke can win this round against Mark. Or can Mark come back and make it 6-6? So, off in what could be the final round, Venneke taking the lead, does a much better start than Mark. Mark goes a bit too low and Venneke Mark touches, so If Venneke doesn't make any mistakes, he should be able to take this and make it 1-0 for DDR. And Venneke with a convincing lead. It would surprise me if he loses this, but nothing is played till the finish. Venneke and Mark going into those final corners, and Venneke keeping his lead, so should be no problem except for the finish. Let's see how Venneke takes this finish. Doesn't touch us, keeps it all very safe, and he finishes. So 1-0 for DDR. Very nice match. Mark was able to come back a few points, but at the end lost it against Venneke, and I don't know. Bigley is up now, so we will have the 2 versus 2 starting next on the same map. The 2 versus 2 will be played till 5 due to the great amount of draws that can happen during a 2 versus 2. So we'll await the lineups for the 2 versus 2. For DDR it will be Pampa and Bigley. I will call him Biggs. It's a bit shorter and a bit faster to say. And for TMF we're still waiting for their lineup to be announced. And it looks like we'll have to wait for Nast for a few minutes. Yeah, Nast is racing the 2 versus 2. So the lineup for TMF will be RX47, RX and Nast. Nast is a former DDR player, but he moved back to TMF or Team Fox. So we'll see what he can bring against Biggs and Pampa. Same map, probably we'll have 2 warm-ups before the match starts. So let's follow Nast during those warm-ups. Well, let's follow somebody else. Here we have RX47 and Pampa and Biggs warming up. Nast has a second local here, so he's fast on this map, but he's quite a young driver, and we'll see what the pressure does with him, because, well, TMF is chasing 1 point. It's 1-0 for DDR, so let's see if the pressure doesn't get to him. You've seen Nast also finishing his warm-up. Okay, so the 2 versus 2 will be 5 points, and the winner takes 1 point for the team. So if DDR manages to win this one, it will be 2-0, but nothing will be lost for TMF. The 3 versus 3 and the 5 versus 5 both count for 5 points, so in the end they can still win it. But if DDR manages to win this one and the 3 versus 3 or the 5 versus 5, they will win the match. And will make it very exciting in the group as well, because if DDR manages to win against UFO as well and TMF loses against Virtual, they will both have the same amount of points, so it will come down to who has won the most matches or who has lost the least matches. And to be honest, I don't know how we are doing, how DDR or TMF are doing in that standing, so That's something we will see when DDR has played against UFO and TMF has played against Dirt. I do believe Dirt will win against TMF. Dirt is very strong, as we have seen in the match against DDR, and I also believe DDR will win against UFO. They are the least known drivers, UFO. They did very well against TMF, but still they lost with 6-0, so I don't expect many problems for DDR to win that match. But still, it has to be played, and we'll have to see what this 2 versus 2 will bring, and what the entire match from TMF vs DDR will bring. I think they're in their final warm-up, so we will start soon with the race. Okay, I think we're gonna get started with the 2 versus 2, but I'm not sure. Or have we started again already? I have no idea. But yeah, looks like we've started, so Team Red has 1 point, so that would be DDR by staking, but nost and RX are in the lead at the moment, so they probably will take the point for TMF. But have we started already? Yep, we have started already. Good luck, have fun, it says. So we have started already. DDR has 1 point, but TMF will take 1 as well at the moment, so it will be 1-1. The live rankings aren't correct. It's 2-0 for TMF, but they're driving in blue and it says here Team Red. But never mind, TMF 2-0 ahead of DDR. nost and RX looking very strong in the beginning of this match, and again they're in the lead. So let's see where Pampa and Bigly are. Pampa is not far behind from nost and RX, and we can see Bigly coming up at the end of Pampa. But RX and nost are driving very consistent together. And they will keep their lead, I think, into those final corners. Except we have seen nost crashing at the finish, so nothing is lost, but Pampa needs to take back a lot of time and speed, and nost and RX both doing this finish very well, so TMF will take another point. It will be 3-0 for TMF. Very strong start from TMF. Let's hope Pampa and Bigly can take some points. We'll see. We're off in the 4th round. Bigly with a nice start, but nost is there as well. RX close behind Pampa, falling back a bit, taking the turn. Quite nice, coming up to RX, but nost is in the lead and Bigly touches, so but Pampa overtakes RX. If Pampa can keep in front of RX, we will have a draw, if Biggs is able to finish. But nost looks like he's away in the lead. Will be a battle between RX and Pampa. Pampa touches but manages to save it, but loses some time against RX. nost still strong in the lead. RX and Pampa are a bit behind. Last in those final corners, RX and Pampa as well. And TMF, RX went very wide at the finish, but TMF will take another point. So 4-0 for TMF. One more point and the 2 versus 2 is played. I hope DDR can make a comeback, but it doesn't look like it. Nast and RX are driving very strong. But Pampa and Biggs are in the lead at the moment. Pampa with a very nice start, but they're all catching up again. And TMF has overtaken both of the DDR players. And Bigley looks like he had a little bug there. Nast also has a little problem, and Pampa is able to overtake Nast, and he's in a close battle with RX. Pampa in the lead at the moment. Let's see where RX is. RX and Nast not far behind. Biggs not far behind from RX and Nast either. This could be a point for DDR if Biggs manages to overtake RX. Pampa still in the lead. Nast coming back though. Nast and Pampa going side to side into those final corners. Nast with a slight lead. Nast will take it. Pampa will become second. RX will take third, and Bigley will take fourth. So we have the first draw, I was gonna say, but I know, doesn't look like it. So TMF takes 5 points and brings back the match to 1-1. 1-1 in DDR versus TMF. Next we will play the 3 versus 3. It will be played on the map comic strips. The lineup for DDR probably will be Venny, Pampa and Kickers. And for TMF we will have to await their lineup. Yep, it's confirmed. The lineup for DDR will be Vennike, Pampa and Kinkers. And the lineup for TMF looks like it will be RX, Raga and Nast. This one will be played till 7, like the 1 versus 1. And we'll see if DDR manages to build up a lead and make it 3-1, which will make the 5 versus 5 the decider match. Well, the 5 versus 5 certainly will be the decider match. But if DDR manages to win both, they will win. If TMF manages to win both, they will win. And if they both win one, it will be a draw. Okay, so lineup for TMF has been confirmed. Mark, Nast and RX47. And for DDR, I'm repeating myself, but it will be Pampa, Vennike and Kickers. Kickers driving as Ernest, but I will call him Kickers during this race. So final warm-up, and actually the most trickiest part is here. You'll have to keep that speed through the corner and make the jump to land smoothly. Try to not hit the checkpoint when you're jumping. RX with a nasty crash. Luckily it's only the warm-up, and we see here Nast in the lead. Nast who has the 3rd local record on this map, so he is fast. We all know he is fast, but we'll see what his worth against Vennike and Kickers and Pampa on this map. Okay, good luck, have fun, and we will start with the 3 versus 3. So, Nast, Mark, RX versus Pampa, Kickers and Vennike. And we're off in the first round of the 3 versus 3. Kickers with a very strange start, but manages to come back. Had a very strange start, went very wide. But Venneke is battling it out with nost, Mark and Rx. Ooh, and Venneke touches and loses quite some speed. Still manages to stay in front of Rx, but nost and Mark are in the lead. Venneke comes close to nost, might be able to overtake him. But Mark is driving very strongly. And looks like Kickers had to abandon the race. Let's see where Pampa is. Pampa is also far behind. So it all depends on Venneke. He will have to finish first. He overtakes nost in this final bit, but Mark looks like he will take first place. So Mark first, Venneke second, nost third, Rx fourth, Pampa will take fifth, and I don't think Kickers will even be able to finish. So TMF wins this round, makes it 1-0 for TMF. We're playing till 7, so nothing lost, and let's see if DDR can come back and make it a draw. So Kickers again going a bit wider than all the rest, building up some more speed. Mark and Pampa doing the wallbang, Pampa not succeeding very well in it. And I saw one of the TMF guys going out at the corner, but Venneke is still in the lead, followed closely by Mark, I think. No, Mark has crashed or bugged, so Venneke and nost battling it out for first place. Let's see where Pampa is. Pampa and Rx also in a close battle for second or third. nost has overtaken Venneke, Venneke with a nice line up, but nost as well. Will both keep the speed through those corners. Venneke and nost battling it out at the front. Let's see who will take it. nost with a very nice line through these final corners, and looks like he will take first place and Venneke will finish second. So nost first, Venneke second, Rx third, Pampa fourth, and Kickers will be able to take sixth. Mark has finished fifth. So another TMF round, 2-0. DDR has to step up its game, because TMF are looking very strong in this 3 versus 3. Kickers and Pampa not doing very well at the beginning of this match. Kickers again bit behind, not much, but Mark and nost are leading the pack. Venneke close behind though. nost and Mark, Venneke as well, taking this corner very nicely. All three of them keeping their speeds very well. Venneke looks like he's closing in a bit to nost and Mark. Oof, Mark with a very nice turn. Venneke will be able to overtake nost and will keep his speed. Ooh, nost touches and Mark has a bug. Venneke in the lead. Let's hope he can keep it safe and win this match. nost and Mark not far behind. Mark takes some risk here at the final part, but he won't manage to overtake Venneke, and nost crashes at the end, which makes Pampa overtake him, and this will be a DDR round. Yep. Oof. Kickers has landed on his back just in front of the finish, but it doesn't matter. DDR takes one, so it's 2-1 for DDR. Of in the third round, and Kickers again going wide at the start. It takes much more speed and goes for the wallbang together with Pampa and Mark. Ooh, Kickers went too wide at that corner there, but Venneke is in the lead. Pampa is in the pack with Mark, nost and Rx. Mark with a very nice turn, as is nost and Venneke. They're both closing in to Venneke, nost and Mark. Ooh, Venneke goes a bit too wide and nost and Mark are able to overtake him. I think Mark has crashed as well. So nost is alone in the lead. Where is Venneke? Venneke is close behind, so he can overtake nost. Rx is following Venneke. Pampa shouldn't be far away. Pampa has quite some ground to cover to get back to Rx, and there is Mark as well. Let's see if Venneke can take first place. Looks like it. Venneke will take first. nost and Rx will take second and third. Pampa fourth, Mark fifth, and Kickers takes sixth. but TMF takes this round, so it's 3-1. And we're off again. Kickers again going a bit wider than all the rest. We're following Pampa. He will take the wallbang together with Mark, and he succeeds in it very well. Nast is able to overtake. Oof, Kickers went out there, touched the sides, and RX has to cover some ground to get to Pampa. Pampa, Mark, Nast and Venneke. Those four are battling it out at the top. Ooh, Venneke has to slow down because he went too wide. So Nast and Mark are in the lead just in front of Pampa. Let's see if Pampa can come back on those two TMF riders. Very nice turn from those three riders, and Pampa with a bit more speed closing in to Mark. Final corners, Mark goes very close to the edge, and Pampa with those very final corners comes very close, but looks like Nast and Mark will take first and second. Pampa will take third. RX takes fourth. Venneke and Kickers are coming in fifth and sixth. So TMF takes another round. 4-1 for TMF. Not looking very good for DDR. They need to come back. They need to win the 3 versus 3 and the 5 versus 5 if they want to win against TMF. Pampa with a wall bang. It works out very well, but as does it for Mark. Pampa has a slight lead at the beginning. Venneke is there as well. Nast is there also, and Nast is overtaking all of them. Very nice comeback from Nast, and RX is there as well. Nast and Venneke. Pampa goes a bit wide but has more speed, so he comes back to Venneke, but they need to overtake the 2 TMF riders in front. And they do so. RX touches, so it's Nast, Venneke and Pampa battling it out for first. Let's see, can Nast deal with the pressure? We have seen him crash here at the end, but looks like he will take it. Very nice turn from Nast, and almost clips the railing at the end, but he will take first. Pampa and Venneke will take second and third. RX takes fourth, and Kickers takes fifth. Because of Venneke and Pampa finishing to second and third, it's a point for DDR. So we're off again. Following Pampa again. Pampa with a wall bang, also Kickers, but Kickers loses some speed. Venneke, Nast, Mark, Pampa, RX, they're all there except for Kickers. Let's see if Kickers isn't too far behind. Kickers has some ground to cover, but it's all happening here at the front. Venneke versus Nast, and Mark is there as well, but Venneke has more speed and will overtake Mark and will overtake Nast as well. Mark with a very nice turn. I think Nast crashed. Venneke is in the lead. Where is Pampa? Pampa is close behind Venneke. Venneke goes very wide there, nearly clips the railing, but they're both driving very well. Nast and Mark, nice comeback. Overtake Pampa, and Pampa touches here at the end. Venneke will take first if he can keep Mark and Nast behind him, and he will do so. But Venneke takes first, Mark and Nast second and third, Pampa and Kickers take fourth and fifth, which makes it a DDR round. So TMF 4, DDR 3. DDR on a comeback. Let's see if they can make it 4-4. Kickers driving the same start as everyone else this time, so he keeps up with the pack. Pampa with the wall bang does it very well, and Kickers, Venneke and Pampa both are in the lead. They're all in the lead, and I think I just saw Kickers crash out, but Pampa is in the lead. Let's see if he can keep it. Very nice turn from Pampa, and Pampa looks like he has a very convincing lead in front of Nast, and Venneke is there as well. Pampa goes very wide, but keeps a little bit more speed instead of Nast. Venneke overtakes Nast as well. Pampa slows down. I think he had a little bug, and RX is able to overtake Pampa as well. Venneke still in the lead. Nast second and RX fourth. RX third and Pampa fourth. Nast attacking Venneke. Let's follow Nast. RX has overtaken Nast as well, but Venneke will take first. RX will take second, Nast will take third, Pampa fourth, Kickers fifth, which makes it a DDR round, and Mark will finish sixth. So DDR round 4-4, and it's a draw, and we're back in the game. We're playing till 7, so 3 points for each team to win. And we're off, following nõ̓d. Oof, and nõ̓d touches at the start. Here's a pressure too high for nõ̓d. nõ̓d tries a wallbang, but he loses too much speed. Let's go to the front with Venica and Kickers with a very nice start. Will this be the round of Kickers? Oh, Kickers with a bug when landing there, but he is able to keep up with the pack. Pampa, Mark in front. Pampa has an awkward landing. Venica goes too wide. Mark and Arwix in the lead. Kickers third and needs to make up some ground. A lot of ground to Arwix and Mark, but a very nice turn from Kickers. And Mark slows down a bit and Kickers goes very low here. Mark and Arwix will have more speed. And nõ̓d is there as well. Nice comeback from nõ̓d after the touch in the start. Will this be a champagne for TMF? Kickers with the ending, very nice. Mark and Arwix will take first and second. Kickers will take third. And nõ̓d will take fourth. So TMF round 5-4 for TMF. Too bad. Venica and Pampa were in the lead and nõ̓d had a crash during the start. But at the end TMF managed to win it. So following Kickers into the 10th round of the 3 versus 3. Ooh, Kickers with a very bad start. So he is out, so Pampa and Venica will need to do it for DDR. Venica and Pampa have taken a very nice start. Mark is in the lead, Pampa is battling it out with nõ̓d. Venica with an awkward slowdown. And he won't be able to make the jump, I think. So Mark and nõ̓d vs Pampa. Let's see if Venica was able. Oh, he made a jump. Would have been barely. Now Pampa following nõ̓d and Mark is in the lead. Venica with a very nice turn will take much speed out of this corner and will overtake Arwix. It's all up to Pampa now to overtake nõ̓d and Mark. Pampa is slowing down a bit. Arwix is able to come back. nõ̓d with a very awkward bump, but Mark will take first, nõ̓d will take second, Pampa and Venica third and fourth, Arwix will take fifth, and Kickers will come in sixth. So TMF now leading 6-4. You only need one round to win the 3 versus 3, and it's all up to DDR to win some rounds. So we're off. Kickers again with that wide start. Venica takes a very nice start. Pampa as well with a wall bang. All a close pack together. Kickers, we have lost Kickers into the start. Mark again with a very nice start. nõ̓d as well. Venica third, but awkward landing and he won't be able to make it. And Kickers goes too wide. So this looks like it will be a TMF round. Mark and Nes both in front. Pampa nõ̓d touches. So Mark in front of Pampa. He has a convincing lead. Mark with one slight mistake and it's all over and Pampa will overtake him. But nõ̓d is also coming back on Pampa. Mark with an awkward landing. Pampa and nõ̓d battling it out for second place. nõ̓d overtakes Pampa. Mark and nõ̓d will take first and second. Pampa will take third. Arwix will take fourth. And Venica and Kickers will take fifth and sixth. So TMF wins this round, which makes it DDR 1, TMF 3. So DDR has to win the last 5 versus 5. If they don't, TMF will win this match and DDR will play in the second league for ESL Dirt Premiership. If they do win, it will be a draw. And that will be exciting for the group stage in the ESL. I don't know what will happen if this becomes a draw. We'll see after the race is finished. Okay, so normally the lineup for the 5 versus 5 will be Venica, Pampa, Bigly, Hobie and Kickers. But we'll have to wait to get that confirmed. And for TMF, they're all here, so we'll see who will play for DDR. Bit of a discussion going on for the use of the horn by Mark. Don't know if it's allowed, but well, we'll see what comes from it. So 5 versus 5, the lineup for TMF will be Papu, Nix, Oryx, Nast and Gabri. And for DDR, it normally will be Venike, Pampa, Big, Hobie and Kick. But we'll have to wait to get that confirmed. Alex is there as well. Well, he just left, so Alex won't be driving. So this final map is Idlewood by Carl Johnson. Mark has top 3 daddy here, so he will be the one to watch during the race. Okay, so we have started in the first round of the 5 versus 5. We're following Pampa. It looks like Nas has taken a very nice start, but Pampa is close behind. And Venike is there as well. Like I said, DDR has to win this to make it a draw in the match via TMF, and at the moment it's looking very good. Nas is in front, but followed closely by Pampa, Hobie and Big. Oryx is coming back as well, but Pampa and Hobie battling it out for 2nd and 3rd place. Oryx with much more speed, and also Gabri. Let's see, and Nas takes 1st, Oryx takes 2nd, Hobie takes 3rd, Gabri takes 4th, Pampa 5th, Bigly 6th, Ariana 7th, Nix 8th and Venike 9th. So TMF wins this one, 1-0 for TMF. Off into the 2nd round, we're following Pampa again. Lots of players crashing out here at the start. Venike in the lead though, just in front of Nast, then Pampa, Gabri with a touch, Pampa also with a touch. Yeah, Pampa we're watching. Venike and Nast battling it out for 1st place. Let's see where Kickers is. Kickers has fallen behind, as has Bigly. So where's Hobie? Hobie is still here in the pack. Venike crashes out together with someone from TMF. Nast and Oryx in the front. There are Hobie and Venike. Can they come back to Hobie with an awkward landing, so he will be overtaken by Ariana and Venike. And Bigly as well, and Pampa. Everybody is overtaking him, but in the meantime Nast has taken 1st, Oryx has taken 7th and Venike has taken 3rd. So TMF will win this round, so it's 2-0 for TMF. Not looking very good for DDR, and we'll see if they manage to do a comeback. Following Hobie here at the start. Very close pack together, some taking the wallbang there. But Ariana seems to come out the best, together with Nast. Hobie is there as well, and Venike. So it's Ariana versus Venike and Hobie. Let's see where the rest of the DDR players are. I just saw Ariana crashing out, so Venike and Hobie are in the lead. Let's see if they can take it. Bigly is there as well. Gabri is also coming back. Gabri is also coming back, but Venike has a strong lead. Ariana has stopped Venike, and HLK is saying that Nast is cutting. We'll see what's true about that. Let's see, where is Nast? Nast is here. But it's probably when you can't make the jump, you can go to the left of it, so that's allowed if you can't make it. So we're off in the 4th round. DDR has won the previous one. Fenneke was first. So we're following Nas this time. Let's see how he does. Nas with a very nice start. He goes up to the lead. Followed closely by Gabri, but Fenneke and Pampa overtaking both of the TMF riders. Kickers is there as well. Fenneke with an awkward landing, but manages to keep in front. Pampa, Gabri, Pampa, Nast. Nast did have a nice turn, and here is the cut that HLK said, but he isn't winning much ground or time with it. But looks like many DDR players are in the front. Let's pick Pampa. Pampa is in the front, closely followed by Fenneke. Rix was there as well. Pampa and Fenneke. Pampa with Fenneke with a very nice ending, so they will take first and second. This will become a DDR round. 4 players in the top 10, in the top 4 of this match, so very convincing DDR round, which makes it 2-2. So we're back to a draw. Everything is possible from this moment on. We're playing till 7, so 5 more rounds to go, and we're off in the 5th. Following Pampa here at the start. Pampa who did very well in the previous round. Very nice start from Hobie as well. Pampa is there. Fenneke, Nast. They're all there. Kickers coming back as well. 4 DDR players leading the pack at the moment. Hobie with a very nice start, but let's see if he can keep it. Oh, Hobie touches. And Fenneke barely makes a jump. Pampa does as well. Rix has done very well, as has Nix. And Kickers is there. Kickers in the lead. Can he keep it? He's followed closely by 3 TMF players. Rix, Nast. And I can't see who the other one is. But let's see if Kickers can take it. No, it's Nast, Rix and Nix taking the first 3 spots, so it will be a TMF round. DDR was strongly behind, but TMF managed to take the first 3 spots, so they will win this round. So we're off. Again, Pampa with a bug at the start, so he doesn't take a very good start. Let's see where Fenneke as well. Both players taking a very bad start, so it's up to Hobie, who's at the front, who has taken a magnificent start to secure the lead and maybe the win for DDR. Kickers is following closely behind. Takes a different approach than the TMF riders. Hobie touches, so Nast and Nix in front. Kickers and Bigley still there, able to overtake Nast and Nix. Nix and Nast with a slight lead. Kickers will have a hard time coming back if he can take much more speed, and he is closing in, but clips the border, and Nast and Nix will take first and second. Then it's Kickers, Bigley, Rix, Fenneke, Ariana, Pampa, Hobie and Gabri. So TMF wins this round as well, 4-2. TMF is leading by 2 points. Last time that happened, DDR was able to take back 2 points, so let's see what they do now. Following Kickers at the start. Everyone manages to do this start pretty well this time. Nast and Hobie in the lead. Fenneke as well. Ariana, Rix, they're all there. Saw someone crashing out. Not Nast. Nast is still there. I think it was well, I have no idea. I thought it was Nast, but Nast is still there. So Hobie, Kickers with an awkward landing. Let's go back to the front where Rix is in the lead. Rix with a very nice lead, followed closely by Fenneke. And Fenneke with more speed in this corner, so he will overtake Rix. The end. Who has more speed? Rix does it better, so Rix will take first place. Fenneke will take second. Nix will take third. Nast fourth. Ariana fifth. And then all the rest of the DDR players plus Gabri. So TMF takes this round as well. 5-2. TMF 2 points away from the win and the overall win in this match. So DDR really needs to step up their game, make less mistakes, be more consistent, and take back all those points they lost. Oof, nõ̓ going very wide. I saw some players already crashing out at the start. Venik with a nice start. And Venike in the lead. Where's Pampa? Pampa is one of those who has made a mistake at the start. Kickers is there as well with Hobie. nõ̓ and Gabri for TMF. Bigley is there as well for DDR. Looking very good for DDR at the moment. Oof. Venike touches, so it's up to Hobie to stay in front of nõ̓ and RX. Kickers is battling it out with Nyx, and nõ̓ has overtaken Hobie. So nõ̓, Hobie going side by side to the finish. RX and Nyx are in front of Kickers, so it will be a TMF round. So TMF takes it to 6-2. Could be the final round. If TMF wins this one, it's over. Well, we see Ariana on his back here. No respawn allowed in ESL matches. Oh, it's a draw. Well, DDR had some luck in this one. It's a draw, so still 5-2. And let's see what they can do in this one. We're following Kickers. Kickers with a nice start. Some players who are taking the wallbang are losing quite some speed compared to the one who doesn't. Yeah, so Kickers in the lead, and I think is followed closely by nõ̓. Oh no, nõ̓ has dropped time. RX is the one following for TMF. Hobie is close with RX and Kickers, and there's Venike as well. RX takes the lead though, but Venike and Kickers are close behind. Let's see who has more speed. Venike looks like the one who has more speed, but he clips the border, so RX will take first. But then it's Kickers, Venike and Hobie who secured the win for DDR. So 5-3, DDR coming back, and let's see if they can keep this up. So 5-3 off in the next round, following RX for TMF. Everybody taking a nice start. Ooh, saw two TMF players dropping down, RX as well. And Hobie is in the lead together with Kickers. Kickers, he is here taking lead together with Venike and Hobie close behind. Looking good for DDR at the moment. Nobody touches at this corner. Looking very good for DDR at the moment. 3 players in the lead. Where is Pampa? Pampa is there as well. But nõ̓ is coming back and mingling in with the DDR players. Ariana is out. So Venike in the lead, just in front of Hobie. Then it's nõ̓. nõ̓ is overtaking, but Kickers is overtaking nõ̓ as well. So Venike will take first, nõ̓ will take third, Kickers will take second, Bigley fourth, Hobie fifth, Pampa sixth, RX seventh, Nyx 8th and Gabri 9th, and Ariana is back on his back. So DDR coming back. It's 5-4. Let's hope DDR can take one more point and make it 5-5, which will give an exciting end to this match and possibly make it a draw. So we're off, and I think someone hasn't started. Yep, they're saying to stop. Someone hasn't started. I don't know who it is. Is it one of the DDR players? Doesn't look like it. Venike is here. Gabri hasn't started. Yep, Gabri is out. He probably has disconnected. Here is Gabri. So we will do this round again. 5-4, and we're off. We're following Gabri, and everyone has started this time. Following Gabri into the start. Everyone close behind. Ooh, I saw Bigley touching out there, and saw another DDR player crashing. Kickers in front with nõ̓ and Hobie. Gabri close behind. RX is there as well. Ariana. This isn't looking good for DDR. Only 2 players, and also Hobie has touched out. So it's only Kickers against 4 TMF players. Let's follow Kickers. Still in second place, but battling it out with Ariana, RX and nõ̓. And nõ̓ has a convincing lead, and RX is going away from Kickers as well. But Kickers has a very fast ending, but so does nõ̓ and RX. So nõ̓ and RX will take first and second. Then it will be Kickers, Gabri, Ariana, Venneke, Bigley, Pams, Nyx and Hobie. So TMF wins this round, which makes it 6-4. DDR has to give everything this moment, because if TMF wins this round they will win the match. We're following kickers, in which what could be the final round. Kickers with Bigley dropping out as well. Ooh, I saw one of the TMF players crashing there, but Venneke has touched as well, and Pampa does so. So it's only Ariana in the front with Hobie and Nast. Then it's Venneke who touches again. Kickers following close behind. Then it's Bigley, but Nast has to crash, or Nyx has to crash to make sure DDR wins this point. So Nast and Nyx followed closely by Bigley now at this time, and Hobie is there as well, and Hobie has a nice finish. Hobie won't be able to win this, and 3 TMF players take it, so it's Nyx, Nast and Ariana, which makes it 7-4. TMF wins this round, wins the match with, TMF wins the match with 1-5. So this was it for the match between TMF and DDR. TMF will advance to the Premier League together with ďº, and DDR will go to the second league with UFO. One match to be played next week, which will be ďº versus TMF and DDR versus UFO. There will be a French video or VOD from this match. It was casted by TM Live. I will link into the description. So this was it for the match between TMF and DDR. TMF won, and see you all next time.